It's not easy, I would say, to be the church at this time. Not only with the economy and our interminable discussions about human sexuality and the fallout from that, and the rejoicing with that, but it's just difficult to be the church in today's Western culture. In our companion synod, they can't build the churches fast enough. But here in this country, I've had the experience recently of talking to people in their 20s who know that there is a concept of God, but really have no time or any place in their lives for God. And it's not a matter of anger, or it's more a matter of indifference. It's a really different mission field that we have to encounter than we had to encounter, say, 50 years ago, or when the church first got started. And I mean the church back in the original Pentecost. It's a different mission field. My older daughter is serving as a young adult in global mission, another program that we have in ELCA in Bath, England. She's a missionary over there. And everyone thinks, well, that's pretty cushy. She drink tea and watch Pride and Prejudice. What do you do in Bath, England? But she tells us that only 5% of that country has any kind of church affiliation. 5%. We're not much different in the United States. The fastest growing category for religious preference in this country right now is none. N-O-N-E. People they don't even know that they need Jesus, much less want to come and meet Jesus. And God has chosen us, as we hear, to serve the world with our hands, to be God's hands in the world. But we've got to recalibrate the way we even go about this. We can't just assume that people are going to walk into our churches. That was the Lutheran method of evangelism. If they want us, they know where to find us. That's not true. Some of our churches are really hard to find anyways. I've been lost, but they know where we are. They're not walking in. We have to go out to where the people are, and we have to learn to be quiet and listen to what their concerns are. What is it that's most important in their lives? What are their fears? What are their hopes? What are their joys? And after we listen, then maybe we can begin to speak their language and introduce them to Jesus Christ. We can't assume that we know what they need. We don't. And we don't even know how to talk to those people. We're going to be working in the Synod with folks from the church-wide expression on how to do some basic community organizing, which sounds kind of scary to all of us, but all it is getting to know your neighbors and getting to know them where they are, and not to perpetrate good works on unsuspecting victims out there. The church can't do that anymore. All of this, of course, takes money. It takes money to start new missions. We have 3 right now. Rejoice and Hudson's in a building, so they're almost done with the new mission start, though I think you're going to have to build again. They're running out of room already. We have Spirit of Joy in North Ridgeville. Where's Pastor Zimmelman? Mission. There he is back there. There you are. 2 of the mission developers are back there. We have Pastor Christine Thompson, who will specifically be taking a look at those people who have no connection with the church. It's no good just to, take sheep from one fold and, scatter them around. We got this sort of, it's like a conga line we do from one church to another, we Lutherans. No, people who've never, and by the way, how many people here are 30 years old or younger? Yeah. There are a couple over 30 years old or younger. This is, thank you, over here, very good. The population has a lot more people who are 30 and younger than we do in our church. Those people are missing from our pews. They're missing. Christine's going to try to work with those folks there to find out who they are, how they are, what they are, and invite them into a relationship with Jesus and with the church. We have one of our fastest growing ministries is the Latino strategy, where in fact most of their people are 30 years or younger in those congregations. Some of those people are undocumented. They are all in need of word and sacrament. So I'm glad and proud that we are going to be active in a Latino strategy, even if it might mean some risk, so that we can bring the gospel to these people who want to, who are hungry to have that. That's going pretty quickly. But like mission developers. Actually, every congregation needs to see itself as a mission station. Every pastor must be a mission developer, and every member must be an evangelist. We're baptized. Are we? How many are baptized? Yeah. Not see me at the center table. We'll take care of that today.
Amen. All right, Bishop.
When you were baptized, you experienced the most important ordination that there is. You are now a member of the priesthood of all believers. It's not up to the professional religious people to do this. People see us coming and their eyes glaze over. They start to roll back in their heads. But you are there where people are, in schools, in factories, in offices, in grocery stores, at playgrounds, at soccer games. You're there. Learn to say to somebody, if it's hard to say, come to church, we're open Sundays. You know, they'll chuckle, your ice is broken, you can invite them to church. We have to start to do this. But this takes money. This takes money. And I will not let money stand in the way of the work that God has called us to do. The Synod Council has already given its endorsement and approval for this, but I'm going to ask you today for your endorsement and approval and your enthusiastic participation in a $1.5 million capital campaign specifically for new mission starts and for our ethnic strategies and restarts. This campaign will be a 3-year pledge period, and I know that the money is out there. I know the money. We spend it on the Cavaliers and the Indians and the Browns.
Well,
that's right, and look what it gets us. Yeah. The money is there. And if that's what's standing in the way of us doing the work that God has called us to do, shame on us. Shame on us. In our companion synod, we know that people are living over there on a pension of 800 Rand a month, which is about $100. But they still tithe and they give above and beyond that because they have the sense that this is more important than anything else that they might be doing. These are not rich people over there. We're a blessed country. We're a blessed synod, even though we're going through this economic stress right now. We can and we should be able to raise the funds that we need to do God's work. And I will entertain a motion to have the Synod Assembly approve a $1.5 million capital campaign for new mission.
Bishop Eaton, so moved.
Thank you, Pastor Jasper. Is there a second? They're all seconding it. This is great. Thank you. Any further discussion? Can we do it?
yes.
Okay, let's go. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Very good. Or wave your green cards if you like that. Good. Thank you. And I will need you to identify for me potential donors. And we will be rolling this out. St. Stephen Martyr. Where's the St. Stephen Martyr table? Very good. They have already made an initial gift of just over $6,000 so that we can do the preparation work for this campaign. It's possible. We have lots of work to do. And we have the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. We are called to be God's people. And in baptism, we've been made not only sisters and brothers, but amazingly enough, sons and daughters of the Most High. It's time that we claim that inheritance and claim it by service and by mission and by ministry. Thanks, God. Okay?